In the next 12 minutes, 59 seconds, I want to show you how you can add hundreds of thousands of dollars to your e-com brand's annual revenue by using 4 conversion revenue optimization principles that can be applied immediately. I'm going to show you how you can combine conversion rate optimization, direct response marketing principles to add profit directly back to your bottom line. And I'm going to show you, giving you precise tactics. My name is Cam Hosseini, and I am the owner of SolveX Media. In the last few years, we've spent $5 million on ads. We've generated over $30 million in online sales, and we've added over $11.5 million in conversion rate optimization revenue to our clients' bottom line. We scale businesses holistically, not focusing on one lever. Ad costs are higher than ever. Market competition is higher than ever. Supply chain difficulties have increased fulfillment time and cost. Efficiency is more important than ever for the brand that wants to remain profitable. The best measure of profitability from a marketing perspective is looking at our total ROAS, return on ad spend. And what that means is how much revenue are we making versus how much are we spending on ads. There are a million different nuances we can go to, such as cost of goods sold, lifetime value, return rates, and the list goes on. But to keep things super simple today, we're going to assume that you want to increase your ROAS, which is defined as your total revenue divided by your total ad spend. The top part of the equation has a few different variables subsumed within it and can be expanded. So let's dive further using the golden SolveX equation. ROAS equals traffic volume times conversion rate times average order value divided by your total ad spend. Now this can be broken down in a million different ways. Traffic times your conversion rate is your total number of purchases. Your conversion rate times your AOV, average order value, equals your revenue per session. And your traffic volume divided by your total ad spend gives you the cost per visitor. Every brand and marketer focuses on one part of the equation, and that is traffic volume. Traffic volume comes down to how much you are spending and what your cost per click is. Now, cost per click further defined by the audiences you're actually targeting, your ad creatives, the ratio of cold traffic to retargeting spend, CPMs, click-through rates, and the list goes on. Trying to optimize Facebook ads, testing creatives, using a million different hacks and scaling techniques, and trying to reduce your CPA within your ads manager will start to drive you crazy at one point. Obviously, you should do it, but only up to a point. That's because you will start to hit a point of diminishing returns the more effort you put into it. So you have to work harder and harder to get smaller and smaller returns. To go from a $20 CPA to a $15 CPA is typically much harder than going from a 3% conversion rate to a 3.75% conversion rate because you've put so much effort into your ads manager already. Let's talk about the other part of the equation, the traffic efficiency portion, aka how to make more profit from the traffic we already have coming to our site. It's like we're holding the traffic variable constant and trying to maximize the remaining bits of the numerator. Now, if we look back at the equation, you can see conversion rate times your AOV. This is the traffic efficiency part, and it's the most important in my opinion. From now on, we will call this the revenue per session. Conversion rate times AOV equals your revenue per session. It's basically just the value of a single visitor to your site. Let's say the revenue per session is $3.40. What that means is every session on your site is worth $3.40. If you get 100 people, that's worth $340 to your business. Typically, conversion rate and average order value are inversely correlated. That's intuitive. You're going to have lower conversion rates selling $1 million products than a $20 product. So maximizing conversion rate by itself isn't the answer. We have to take into consideration AOV as well. So remember, we want to make the revenue per session as large as possible. So to do that, we need to develop a new framework. And this is where I want to introduce to you the concept. And this is unconventional because when we talk about CRO, it's always about conversion rate optimization. I want to introduce to you what we call conversion revenue optimization. Historically, CRO stands for conversion rate optimization, but that misses out on an entire piece of the equation. How much money are we actually getting from those purchases? It typically does no good to double your conversion rate, but also cut your AOV by 90% because we're offering, say, a discount. That's why we need to look at the full picture. Conversion rate times your average order value equals your revenue per session. And that's why we're helping 6, 7, and 8-figure brands maximize their business with conversion revenue optimization. But let's talk about the conversion rate side of things for just a second. It sounds sort of mysterious. It is sort of mysterious and abstract. Most people think that it's mostly design related, changing button colors and font sizes and text on buttons and location of sections on pages and having a really pretty page, but that's not the case. So let's talk about conversion revenue optimization and how you can implement it into your business. We maximize the revenue per session equation with a 4-step process. One, we determine what to test. Conversion revenue optimization is all about making the changes that are most likely to have the largest increase to revenue per session. Now here's a rough order of the items that will affect your revenue per session. Clarity of fulfillment, shipping times and cost and returns, risk reversal, headlines, design changes, so that's like your fonts, button colors, and the list goes on. First, you want to test your most trafficked pages, right? A page that receives 100 visits per month and you don't plan on sending more traffic there, it really doesn't matter if you double your conversion rate, because even if you add a few more purchases, it's really not going to make a radical difference in your P&L. So you want to test items from that list on those pages that will most likely have the largest results. We want to know what headlines, offers, and messaging is converting best. That's where we can get double-digit percentage increases in revenue per session. Changing a button color is much less likely to do that. For example, a client that we work with in the food and beverage space was testing things like changing their font size and seeing a 1 to 2% difference in revenue per session. So we came in and we split tested product images on their highest traffic product pages, and within just 2 weeks, our variant increased revenue per session by 10.5%. And all we did was include more photos, showcase more of an experience of the product, the size, the feeling of using it, and what it actually tasted like. This is how you start to become more efficient and deliberate with your test. You just never want to guess. Do not guess. The framework we used to calculate this was the projected incremental revenue equals sessions to that page times bracket expected conversion rate minus control conversion rate bracket times AOV. So a page with 10,000 sessions a month and an expected conversion rate of 3.7% and a control conversion rate of 3.2% and an AOV of $44, we projected monthly incremental revenue of 40,000 times bracket 0.037, that's the control conversion rate, minus 0.032 times 44 equals $8,800. It's relatively easy to implement a test that actually has dollars that are worth it. The second thing we do is direct response plus user experience. The best design pages in the world selling something that no one wants won't convert. Conversely, the best offer in the world combined with a terrible user experience will see conversion rates drop off a cliff when it scales. Most conversion rate optimization efforts focus on the user experience and making minor changes, but to see the biggest results, you need to work on direct response messaging. These changes led to a 56% increase in the revenue per session from this homepage split. Annualized, that's worth $360,000 in additional revenue from this business, not including the lifetime value from subscriptions. The third component to it is consistent split testing. So what's your split testing schedule look like? Or even better, when was the last time you ran one? Are you controlling for variables like seasonality? Newsflash for whoever needs to hear this, running one version of a page 1 week and then a variant 6 weeks later is not a split test. There are too many variables in traffic quality, market behavior, and macroeconomic conditions. You won't truly know which page actually is performing better. Here's your prescription. Do 1 or 2 tests per month, non-negotiable. This is a very easy setup. We aim to do at least 4 split tests per month, typically going down the line of items we hypothesize to have the most impact. This is where gains start to compound. And the fourth element to all of this is complete 180s. Markets change depending on time of the year, the avatar we are targeting, and what the competition is offering, and a lot more. If you've been going after the same avatar for years without changing messaging or testing new offers, it may be time for a radical shift. So we had this brand that we were working with, and after digging into their numbers and talking with the owners, we found that older women were actually the highest value customers, even though all their messaging was toward millennial women. So we put together a special bundle offer with some urgency attached, made the messaging and images specifically for older women, and rebuilt it from ground up. Within 7 days, the page had driven $10,000 in additional revenue and was converting at 6.1% on an $80 bundle, 13% higher than the standard bundle page. Over the course of that year, that page will contribute over $200,000 in additional revenue to this business. Here are the prompting questions and ideas to get you started. Who are we getting as customers without even trying to market to? Who are our best customers? Reading reviews with a fine-tooth comb to Get the real reason why people are buying. Complete 180s can get you into markets you've never ever thought of and allow you to scale into a blue ocean. So that is it. That is the 4-step CRO framework that will ease your iOS pains, make your ads work better than ever, and put more money in your pocket. By following the SolveX conversion revenue optimization framework, you'll create a system that allows you to methodically increase conversion rates, profit, and sustainability of your business. Regardless of what's happening in the market with iOS updates or whatever else the marketing gods decide to throw our way. If you're an e-com brand that does over $250,000 per year in revenue or gets over 40,000 sessions per month, we'll implement our SolveX conversion revenue optimization process for you risk-free. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level without spending more on paid traffic, without changing anything in your paid traffic strategy, and you're really looking to get more juice out of your pre-existing customer base, pre-existing visitors, feel free to click the button below to book a complimentary call with myself to see whether or not we're a good fit. See you guys on the greener side.